For this craft, you will need
an egg carton, a pipe cleaner, paint and a paintbrush, googly eyes, glue, and scissors. Start with your egg carton, and you're going to take just the bottom half. So you're going to get rid of the top part. And then you're going to take 1/2 of the bottom, so 1 row. Then you're going to flip that half upside down. So instead of having it upright the way it would hold eggs, upside down. So it's a bunch of bumps in a row. This is going to be the body of our caterpillar. Then you can paint it whatever colors you would like to make it. While you're waiting for your paint to dry, you can take your pipe cleaner and you can cut it in half. And these are going to be the antenna of your caterpillar. Once it's dry, bring back your painted egg carton and your pipe cleaners. You're going to use your scissors to poke a little hole at one end, 2 little holes actually, in the top for your antenna. And you're going to put your pipe cleaner antenna through the holes. On the other end, I like to then make a little ball kind of hold my antennas in place. And then you can kind of bend your caterpillar's antennas in any way you want them to go. And all that's left is to put on the eyes. So you're going to bring back your googly eyes and you're going to glue them on to the front of your caterpillar. And then let it dry.
Your final product should look something like this. For this craft, you will need
an egg carton, a paper bag, paint and a paintbrush, googly eyes, glue, and scissors. Start with your egg carton, and what you're going to do is you're going to cut it so that there are 4 egg spots on one side and 8 on the other, and you're going to cut it along that divider. And you're going to keep this end and put it aside. With the smaller end, you're going to cut off 2. So you're cutting it in half so that you only have the end 2 left. You're also going to cut off the lid portion and the little flat bit on the side. Keep just the cup portion and flip it upside down. These are going to be the eyes. You're going to bring back the rest of the egg carton, lid side up. This is your snout. So your eyes are going to sit on top like that. On the snout, I like to cut inwards from what would be the front, so not this back open end, but the front, inwards a little bit along this connected part, so that the mouth, instead of opening sideways, would open the way a mouth would. I cut about halfway down. So now that mouth can pop open. I also like to get rid of this so it stops keeping it down there. I just kind of cut upward a bit on a diagonal to keep this part out of the way. So now the jaws of the dragon open the way they're supposed to. I do like to keep it at this end though, because then I can glue the end closed so I know that the jaws aren't going to pop open sideways, only this way. So I'm going to place a little bit of glue right here and stick it together. I'm using hot glue for this tutorial just because it dries a little bit faster, but you can use regular white glue and that's just fine. Then once I've glued the mouth together, I'm going to glue on the eyes. Now, the eyes should have a front side and then a back side where it's been cut. This back side is going to go on the back side of the snout, but instead of putting it right at the end, I'm actually going to slide it 1 notch forward because I'm going to have to be able to attach the body here at this end. So then I'm going to glue these on here. And you should notice that this part here, it dips right in. It's the perfect fit. And then I'm also going to glue it from the front right under that edge. And these are going to be the eyes. Then you're going to bring out your paper bag. Now, upside down, you're going to put your paper bag upside down and open, and you're going to slide your hand into it. And then on one side, you're going to create that crease with your hand, so your hand can cause that fold. Kind of like if you were making a puppet out of the paper bag. But instead of this being the head, this is where we're going to attach our own head. So you're going to take this bag and you're going to fold, you're going to put it up to the side and fold that edge down over top. And that's how you're going to glue it. So I'm going to put glue along the edges here and along the top, and then I'm going to pick up my bag and press it right into it.
Then paint the entire thing whatever color you want your dragon to be.
I'm going to do just the top and let it dry, and then flip it over and do the bottom and the rest of the bag so that I'm not getting paint everywhere. Now that the top is dry, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to paint the rest of it. Then let it dry. Once the paint all over your dragon has dried, the last thing to do is glue on the googly eyes. I like to put mine up here on this eye part that we already built, maybe up either on the top or right on the front here, like this. I'm going to use hot glue because it dries really fast, but white glue will make them stick too. And then your dragon is all done.
Your final product should look something like this. For this craft, you will need
1 or 2 egg cartons, a paper plate, paint and a paintbrush, glue, and scissors. You're going to start with your egg carton, and whether you do 1 or 2 is just going to change how many flowers are in your wreath. But what you're going to do is you're going to cut off the top. And you're going to cut off the little flap on the side. Then you're going to cut out each individual cup. So I usually cut it in half first and then separate each one. Once you have all the individual cups cut out, you're going to go to each cup and make sure that there are 4 portions. You'll see some that already have 2 bits or 1 bit kind of off on its own, but you want to make sure there are 4. So you're just going to cut the large part into smaller parts so that there are 4 bits on every single one. And these are going to be the petals of your flowers. So if there's one that's longer than all the rest, you might want to trim it down a little bit. Or maybe two longer than the rest. And then you're actually going to fold the tops of these out. So folding them open like this to make the flower more open. And you're going to do this for all of these. Then, once you've made them all into flowers, you can paint them whatever color you want your flowers to be. Next, you will take your paper plate and you're going to use your scissors to poke a hole in it and then cut out a center portion. You still want to leave some edge because you're going to place your flowers around the edge, and whether you want to do that kind of on the side or on the top is up to you. I'm going to do a bit of both, so I'm going to make sure to leave a decent space of flat around here. And this will be the base for your flowers. I am going to paint it green so that it's not showing plate through underneath all my flowers, but it's totally up to you whether you want to paint it or not. Once the paint has dried, you can bring back all of your flowers. Now, I only did 12 flowers, so 1 egg carton worth of flowers, which means mine are going to be pretty spread out. And so you'll be able to see the green through it. If you would like yours to be more condensed, you're just going to have to make more flowers, maybe 2 egg cartons worth. And then you're just going to glue all your flowers on. I'm going to use hot glue to glue my flowers on because it dries nice and quick, but White glue will work as well. And once they're all glued on, you're done.
Your final product should look something like this. I hope you enjoyed making these egg carton crafts, and I'm looking forward to see what yours look like. If you made one of the crafts shown in our tutorials, send us a picture at our email, misquahcrafts@gmail.com, and we can feature it in one of our videos.